So hypertrophy for strength. We tend to use this potential for strength, like a savings account. So if you have, there's two areas. You have, for example, what your maximum force output. Now here we test it with an isometric mid-thigh pull. We pull on an immovable bar. We have our force plates underneath. Pull as hard as they can. We see how much force can you put into the ground. Let's say you pull 2,000 units. That is your maximum force. At any one time, your maximum output, we're going to call it 2,000 units. Like I said, your baby's under a car, you've probably got 8,000. But for now, 2,000. That is your maximum force output. We then assess their jump. We then see how much concentric force they put into the ground to jump. So let's say they put 1,800 units of force into the ground. We've got 2,000 as our max, 1,800 they put into the ground when they jump. Now, I'm telling you the answer here, but a 200 unit difference, like that percentage, is nothing. Meaning in that scenario, we could do as much jump work as we want, but they don't have the strength to be able to use it. They've already maxed out their strength. There's only a 200 deficit. Usain Bolt is probably the best at putting a max amount of force into the ground in a short amount of time. When his foot strikes in a sprint, he can put up to 75% of his maximum force in under 0.2 of a second, which is phenomenal. When we look at counter movement jumps, we want to see about 80%. If you can put 80 to 85% into the ground, you are maxed out. You're never going to put 100% into the ground for a jump. You can tell the difference, isometric versus jumping. So usually 85% is a huge amount. So if someone puts 85% of their maximum force into the ground when jumping, jump them all you bloody want, but they've got no more force to put into the ground. They can't make the force faster now. They've already put into the ground. They've lost out. So what's their priority going to be? Strength work. We need to take that 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000. Now suddenly that percentage comes down. So now they've got 50%. Now we can teach them to use their newfound strength on jumping, on explosive movements and everything in between. But then the other part is, you've got the inverse, where someone comes to you and they're super strong, but when they jump, they only put 50% into the ground. Well, that's great. Now we can jump, literally the pun, jump into more plyometric work and high speed work because they have some good strength foundation and capacity.